Go ahead.
Underestimate me. I've got it all figured out.
Hey everybody, welcome to this edition of Telemazing. Today we're going to be talking about the preview of GirlBoss, the new show on Netflix. We got Carla Montero, we got Tony Fox, and we're going to talk about the show that is not sweeping the nation, but it is based on the book, #GirlBoss, that was actually very popular. A lot of people love the book, and so let's see if that translated well onto this Netflix series. When I gave you guys this assignment, how did you feel? Like, what were your initial reactions?
I didn't know a gosh darn thing about it. Then I went to Netflix, so you said it was a Netflix show, and the first little visual and the little description, I was like, oh, I feel like this is a thing I could be into.
For me, it was kind of like, I'm glad it's 30 minutes. I've seen the trailer and it just didn't seem like a show that I would be into at all.
So let's talk about the first episode. You guys have finished the pilot. How are we feeling? How has the show looked so far to you?
I don't know. I was like, okay, I want to see where this goes, because there's stuff that they're doing well, and there's other ways that they are dropping the ball. She's a terrible person, and I don't necessarily have a problem with that, but I don't think they've found the balance of the different exaggeration stuff they're playing with and realism stuff they're playing with.
The writing, the characters themselves, they all just seem flat and just didn't grab me in any way or pulled me into the story at all. Just an entitled person that doesn't know what's going on, and that was kind of the gist of it.
Basically, I didn't know because it was like 50-50. Even within a given scene sometimes. Sometimes the first half of a scene would do something that I was like, oh, that's cool or interesting. And the second half of the scene would lose me. But there are some great performances. I think the character of her best friend is really great. And whoever the casting director on the show is really good at populating the background with engaging actors. And the people that you see for one or two scenes are almost always engaging.
While there's some issues, which I think are writing issues, I think Britt Robinson is amazing. I think that her portrayal of the character, regardless of whether you like the character or not, she's nailing that performance so far. I fell instantly in love with her. The character herself, I mean, it just reminds me a lot of girls. Hannah is supposed to be the person that is an irresponsible person that is, at least in the beginning of the show, is trying to take those steps to become an adult and at least wants to go towards that direction, while this girl has no idea what she wants to do. And this is the first episode where we find, okay, this is the thing she wants to do, but we also find out this is just one of the many things that she is now finding out that she wants to do.
Rocky but interesting pilot. Let's see where they're gonna go, because I think she has great potential as a character. And the moment where he's where she goes, I guess I'm just angry. It's like, why? I don't know. I feel like I've known so many people like that who they just had this anger and frustration with the world, and they didn't even know where it came from. And I think that's such a true thing about being young.
Episode 1, how we feel overall?
Not won over, but intrigued.
Okay. The show's dead to you.
The story's not compelling. It does not keep me in it at all.
I was very much the person who was like, I need another episode. I don't know. So episode 2, we're watching it. We watched it. It's great. It's wonderful. It's so killer, right?
So good.
Right?
So we talked about the word passion, right? And I was a little bit disappointed with how they had her talk about it in episode 2, because it seemed like in episode 1, when she saw that jacket and the way she looked at the clothing, it did seem like it was something she knew about the history of fashion, and it was something she really understood and cared about.
Yeah.
And that seemed less true in episode 2, where she's like, it's going to be really easy and I'm going to do this over and over again. I'm like, no, you're not. That's not how vintage shopping works. I know people who work in vintage. But the show, I feel like, was with me there. They're like, yeah, she's being an idiot and we're going to knock her down, and that's what we're going to spend this episode doing. Right. So that was kind of satisfying.
I think she always falls back onto, quick rich scheme type thing. But then eventually, once it gets knocked down, then the real passion of what she really wants drives her into what she needs, which is
estate sale.
The estate sale. Stealing stuff again, reverting back, but stealing it able so she can learn about the trade, about what you need to do, which is the estate sale.
The thing where I saw her real passion And I think I'm not gonna watch the rest of the series, but I think it's gonna move towards her fashion sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
More than anything than the business. I think the business is just an aspect of it, because you saw her look in the mirror when she put that like up to her, and then she saw like the full like outfit of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then when she her best friend brought over the vintage dress, and then she cut the
episode
sleeves,
3,
and like she made it. I think that's where she's gonna find her niche, is like seeing the full like wardrobe of things.
That's where I think the show has potential, because
Yeah.
I think she sort of gets that high from the first eBay moment, but it feels like what this show is going to be about is her being changed by actually finding herself doing something she really loves, which is working with fashion and aesthetic, and it's something that she really has a gift for.
Right. And getting to that point will, have to go through all these different levels of things that she did not know, even though she's trying to perceive, like, to the external world, like, I know this, but deep down inside, she's like, oh, wait, no, crap, I don't know any of this stuff.
I know everything, but you don't.
But the idea that she's willing to do that as opposed to previous times when she didn't.
Yeah.
And so that's where I go, like, this passion is there.
People fall into this trap where they think that bad people are definitely more interesting, and I don't think that's true. I think well-written good characters are fascinating because you aren't automatically good. You're constantly making a choice to do that, and it's not an easy choice. And I also feel like people who are really good, they don't see the world in black and white. That's how they're able to be kind and be able to interact with more different kinds of people. And people who don't see the world in black and white are more interesting to me.
You do root for those characters who are it's like Friday Night Lights with
Coach Taylor.
No, well, the characters of Riggins.
Like
he's such a bad kind of person, but there's hints of like him getting out of that. So you root for him more. You root for him more, but then he goes back to his old ways, and you're just like, oh my God, Riggins, no.
Come on.
So I get where like those kind of bad characters can be more appealing. But
I mean, you can go all the way back to Sopranos, like the whole idea of the anti-hero movement period. Like that's just the way that, unfortunately, our society has kind of dubbed. This is the character that society wants, and we will watch. Have
we beaten it into the ground?
And I don't think we're there yet. Episode 2, is it better than episode 1? Is it an improvement? Is it going backwards?
I wouldn't say it's going backwards. I would actually say it's getting a little bit better, maybe seeing a little bit more of the story, but still the lack of just connecting to any character, and it's just kind of falling flat still for me.
Okay.
I think similar quality to the pilot, and I still don't know. I was in the same boat as you, where I was like, I really don't know with this show. Do I really like it? Do I not like it at all? It's up and down within any given scene. I'm gonna watch the third episode to see how I feel.
I'm still on the fence. I do think the second episode was better. All right, so episode 3. We're done with the 3 view. You're done with the episode. How are you feeling compared to the second episode? Is it an improvement? Are you feeling like we are going somewhere now?
I'm still on the fence about the show.
For me, the episode 3 deals a lot with the relationship between Shane and Sophia. And the relationship just seems very surface level, even from the point of her noticing him playing drums, which very irritates me. Another like aspect of her character. It's all about her getting out her point of view. And yeah, she wasn't even like really interested. I think that was on her mind the entire time they were together. And like maybe even like using him, showing him around to try and get a name.
I'm still unsure whether this show is good or not.
Yeah, right?
And because it's like it does things so well and then does things so cliche, and it's just like it's like a mixture of for me it's like Flaked. It's like Netflix Flaked, where it was produced as a highbrow take on somebody struggling with alcoholism in Venice. Yeah. Venice Beach. And I think people got the feeling that, okay, you're aiming highbrow and you missed it. And I feel like this is what this show does. It's just like, it's a different type of show. It's not trying to be over dramatic. It's trying to have those comic elements while being real. And that's how I feel with GirlBoss. It's like Flaked for comedy. It's just, it's not getting there.
I think it's frustrating because it does hit the mark sometimes. At least for me it did.
Yeah. After all of that, 3 episodes in, is this a show you would recommend? I'm going to start with Tony because I already know his answer. I'm more interested about you, but like, I know what you're going to say.
A definite no for me. There's just better shows a lot better shows that people could watch, and this is not one of them.
I might watch another episode because I'm interested to see where it goes, but I wouldn't recommend it. I don't think it's consistent enough for me to feel okay recommending it when one considers how much great television there is.
I would absolutely still not recommend this to anybody. I still would kind of go, you know, they didn't capture you in 3 episodes. There's nothing, if they're not going to be that intriguing within 3 episodes, they're not going to get there. We got Carla Montero, we got Tony Fox here. Sorry if almost hitting your face.
It's okay.
But you know what? Sometimes watching shows makes you want to slap yourself across the face. And so maybe GirlBoss did that, maybe it didn't. Let us know in the comments below whether you slapped yourself. Let's try this again. And that's it. That's going to be the preview of GirlBoss. Now tell us, did you guys watch GirlBoss? Let us know in the comments below, and if you guys liked it or not. Along with that, if you're new to Telemazing, make sure that you check us out for our other stuff. We have new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. We have a podcast every Monday, and we also have articles that go up on our website, telemazing.com, every Wednesday. So subscribe to this channel so you can get all of the things. For Carla, for Tony, I'm Joseph Wamba. Thank you for watching. Now go watch some TV.